Have you ever wondered why some people seem to thrive effortlessly while others stay stuck in cycles of doubt, fear, or mediocrity? Why do you feel more focused in some places but drained in others? Why does your motivation rise around certain people but vanish in other crowds? The truth is, you are not just a product of your choices, you're a product of your environment. Your surroundings either sharpen your edge or dull your spirit. Stoic philosophers taught that while we must master the self, we must also be wise enough to manage what surrounds us, because what surrounds you shapes you. In this speech, we're going to dive deep into how to design your life from the outside in by mastering your environment to elevate your behavior, your energy, and your future. If you're serious about leveling up your mindset, your habits, and your life, hit that subscribe button and join a community that's built to grow. 1. How environment shapes behavior. Every action you take is influenced by what you see, hear, and feel around you. Whether it's clutter on your desk or noise in your social circle, your environment speaks to your subconscious. It sends subtle cues that either align with your intentions or pull you away from them. You may think you're exercising willpower, but in truth, your surroundings often dictate whether willpower is even needed. The more friction there is in your environment, the harder it becomes to stay consistent with your values. James Clear, author of Atomic Habits, said it best: environment is the invisible hand that shapes human behavior. Stoics would agree, because to live with virtue, you must first set the stage. Marcus Aurelius didn't just speak of resisting external chaos, he removed himself from it, carving out mental clarity by aligning his external world with his inner principles. Your environment must become an ally, not an obstacle, if you're serious about transformation. A peaceful space supports a peaceful mind. The man who seeks wisdom must remove chaos from his path. If your environment is full of distractions, you will become distracted. If it's full of negativity, you will absorb it. The Stoics warned against letting others' values creep into your soul, and this warning applies not only to people, but to spaces. If your home, workspace, or digital environment reflects confusion, disarray, or laziness, it will slowly erode your clarity and momentum. Even the colors, sounds, and layout around you communicate something. Ask yourself what message you're receiving every day. Your habits are not just built by discipline, they're built by design. What you allow in your space becomes what you normalize in your mind. The ease or difficulty of your actions is often not a matter of character, but of structure. If it's easier to turn on the TV than to read, you'll choose the easier path more often than not. By contrast, if you design your surroundings to make virtue convenient, you will find it easier to act in alignment with your ideals. True discipline often begins with a thoughtful arrangement of your environment. So ask yourself, is my space inspiring discipline or disorder? Is my environment making me better or just keeping me busy? When you walk into a room, are you reminded of who you aspire to become or who you used to be? These are not superficial questions. They are central to any life of intention. The Stoics taught that clarity begins within, but it must be protected without. Your outer world and inner world are in constant conversation. Make sure that conversation leads you toward growth, not regression. 2. Detoxing toxic influence. Toxicity isn't always loud or obvious. Sometimes it's subtle, disguised as harmless jokes, guilt trips, or passive negativity that slowly drains your spirit. You laugh it off, you brush it aside, but your body keeps the score. Over time, these influences accumulate like mental fog, obscuring your direction, undermining your confidence, and dulling your emotional resilience. The danger of toxicity is not just in its presence, but in how easily it becomes your new normal. If you're constantly doubting yourself, it might not be because you're weak. It might be because you're surrounded by energy that chips away at your confidence. The people you allow into your space are like mirrors. Some reflect your highest self, while others distort it until you forget what you look like. Doubt, shame, and self-sabotage are often symptoms of proximity to those who thrive on your insecurity. Stoic resilience isn't about enduring all things. It's about knowing what to walk away from. The Stoics believed in preserving inner peace, and to protect your peace, you must cut off what poisons it. Emotional clutter is just as dangerous as physical clutter. Seneca warned of the dangers of keeping company with those who corrupt our virtue, and Epictetus reminded us to remain vigilant about the influence of others' values. If you tolerate corrosive energy long enough, you begin to corrode. Protecting your peace is not selfish, it's strategic. You cannot help the world if you're constantly being drained by it. Let go of relationships that make you shrink. Distance yourself from environments that breed anxiety or resentment. The cost of staying in a toxic space is too high. It steals your focus, your health, and your future. When you surround yourself with people who mock growth or undermine sincerity, you risk becoming complicit in your own decline. Better to be alone in clarity than together in confusion. Liberation often begins with subtraction, cutting ties, quitting spaces, and saying no without guilt. Detox your environment the same way you detox your body. Remove the harmful. Create space for the healing. This is how you reclaim your power. Just as you wouldn't drink contaminated water, don't drink in contaminated energy. Make a conscious audit of what you're exposed to daily, from social media to coworkers to conversations. You are not obligated to entertain what exhausts you. The Stoic path is not just about building endurance, it's about building boundaries. And the strongest boundary you can draw is the one that protects your peace of mind. 3. Creating empowering surroundings. Once you clear the noise, it's time to design a space that supports your greatness, not just aesthetically, but energetically, emotionally, and mentally. A clean desk is more than an empty surface. It's an invitation to focus. A journal beside your bed is more than a notebook. It's a tool of introspection. Every object in your space should either serve your growth or be questioned. You're curating a life, not just decorating a room. What does an empowering environment look like? It's a space that encourages discipline, inspires clarity, and aligns with your goals. If your surroundings contradict your ambitions, then even the strongest motivation will fade. Empowering environments remove friction from good habits and add friction to bad ones. They nudge you gently but persistently toward your highest self. A well-designed environment becomes a silent coach, always pushing, never yelling. Build habits into your environment. Put your journal by your bedside. Keep healthy foods visible. Set up your workspace to invite deep focus. These may seem like small acts, but they create powerful default behaviors. You don't need to fight yourself every morning if your space already supports your intentions. This is how you turn discipline into a lifestyle, not by forcing effort, but by removing resistance. The Stoics would see this as training your environment the same way you train your mind, with purpose and principle. Your space should remind you of your standards. If your room looks like a reflection of your old self, it will keep pulling you back into old patterns. Memory lives in place. A room soaked in procrastination or pain can become a trap unless it is transformed. Change the lighting, rearrange the furniture, add symbols that reflect who you are becoming. Even subtle changes in environment can create massive psychological momentum. You are not just rearranging objects, you are reshaping identity. Stoicism isn't just about resisting chaos, it's about cultivating calm, order, and strength in everything you touch. Let your surroundings reflect the life you want, not the one you're trying to escape. Make your room a retreat, your workspace a sanctuary, your digital space a reflection of discipline. When your environment supports your values, effort becomes natural. And when effort becomes natural, excellence becomes inevitable. As the Stoics would say, we are shaped by what we repeatedly do. So let your surroundings be the forge, not the fire.
4. Social circle evolution. You become who you surround yourself with. Every conversation plants a seed. Every relationship either waters your growth or withers your progress. Invisible threads connect you to the people in your life, whether you're aware of it or not. Their words shape your thoughts, their habits influence your routines, and their mindsets rub off on your own. This is why proximity isn't neutral, it's powerful. Every interaction you have is an exchange of energy and ideas. Some people uplift you, challenge you, and help you move closer to your highest self. Others, often unintentionally, hold you back through their complaints, limiting beliefs, or lack of ambition. It's not about arrogance, it's about awareness. The company you keep sets the ceiling on your potential. The Stoics warned us, spend time only with those who make you better, because one toxic influence can corrupt your judgment, just like one rotten fruit spoils the bunch. Seneca put it plainly, associate with people who are likely to improve you. Welcome those whom you yourself can improve. The Stoics weren't isolationists, they were discerning. They understood the psychological reality that human beings absorb behaviors through osmosis. The danger lies in tolerating mediocrity, not out of compassion, but out of fear or habit. One friend with a toxic mindset can slowly normalize dysfunction in your life. One habitual gossiper can turn your mind away from purpose and toward pettiness. One lazy acquaintance can dull your hunger for excellence. And all of it happens subtly, gradually, until you forget who you were striving to become. If you want to level up your life, you must be willing to level up your circle. It doesn't mean cutting everyone off. It means being intentional about the voices you allow to shape your inner world. Evolution isn't always loud. Sometimes it's the quiet decision to let certain conversations fade, to stop replying to texts that pull you into the past, to seek out connections that point you toward your future. You don't have to announce your growth or justify your distance. You simply become more deliberate. This might mean investing in new relationships that align with your values. It might mean spending more time in solitude rather than in stagnant company. Either way, the shift happens when you realize that your energy is sacred and not everyone has earned the right to influence it. Surround yourself with people who hold you to a higher standard, people who speak with integrity, act with courage, and pursue growth relentlessly. The best social circles are built on mutual accountability and elevation. True friends aren't just cheerleaders, they're mirrors. They reflect your potential, challenge your excuses, and won't let you stay small. They don't envy your ambition, they fan the flames of it. They celebrate your wins, and they correct your missteps with love, not judgment. These are the people who make you sharper, who remind you of who you are when you forget, who aren't afraid to call you out because they believe in the greatness inside you. If your circle isn't pushing you forward, it's holding you back. Your tribe will either stretch your limits or shrink your vision. Choose wisely. Your future depends on it. Every step of your journey will be influenced by those walking beside you. If you're surrounded by people content with stagnation, your dreams will feel excessive. If you're around those who fear change, your transformation will threaten them. But if you're in the company of disciplined, driven, principled people, your aspirations will seem normal, even necessary. Your circle should remind you that greatness is possible and mediocrity is optional. So be selective, be strategic, because your destiny is not just shaped by your decisions, it's shaped by your environment. And your environment begins with your people.
5. Building your energy field. Your energy is your life force. It's the invisible current behind your words, your actions, your presence. And just like any power source, it must be protected and cultivated. Energy isn't just about physical stamina. It's about the vibrational frequency you emit and absorb. People feel your energy before they understand your words. They sense whether you're grounded or scattered, calm or chaotic. And yet most people allow their energy to be dictated by the outside world. The Stoics taught us that peace must come from within, that external events cannot shake a centered soul. If you want to thrive in a noisy world, you must first reclaim your inner power. Your energy field, your personal atmosphere, is the space where your discipline, focus, and authenticity reside. Guard it like your most precious asset. You build your energy field by staying aligned, physically, mentally, and emotionally, with what fuels you instead of what drains you. Everything you consume, food, media, conversations, either recharges or depletes you. Every thought you entertain either uplifts or undermines your strength. To build your energy field is to become a steward of alignment. Are you eating in ways that nourish you? Are you moving your body daily, not just for appearance, but for vitality? Are you engaging in relationships that support your values or drain your spirit? Mental clarity, emotional resilience, and physical vigor are interconnected. When one falters, the others suffer. Your energy is not an accident. It's a result of habits, boundaries, and intentional living. Practice stillness. Choose silence over noise. Build routines that restore your spirit. Move your body, sleep deeply, speak truthfully. These are the daily rituals of warriors. Stillness is not passivity. It's the art of being fully present without being pulled in every direction. The world offers constant stimulation, but warriors create moments of sacred quiet. Meditation, journaling, deep breathing, these are weapons, not luxuries. They sharpen your awareness and cleanse your emotional palate. Likewise, movement isn't just exercise, it's medicine. It's how you release tension and rewire your nervous system. Sleep is non-negotiable. It's where the body regenerates and the mind reboots. And truth, spoken plainly, lived consistently, amplifies your power. These rituals, practiced daily, fortify your field. They turn you from reactive to responsive, from scattered to sharp. The Stoics train themselves to remain unmoved by chaos. You can do the same by mastering your energy instead of leaking it to distractions, drama, and doubt. Stoic resilience wasn't emotionless. It was emotionally intelligent. It was the understanding that your energy is too valuable to waste on things beyond your control. Every distraction is a thief. Every moment of unnecessary drama steals clarity. And every doubt left unchallenged erodes your self-belief. Building your energy field is about plugging those leaks. It's about deciding where your attention goes and reclaiming your power from petty things. This doesn't mean detaching from life. It means engaging with strength, not reactivity. It means showing up fully without letting the world dictate your inner weather. Your energy is your edge. Guard it like your life depends on it, because it does. The quality of your energy determines the quality of your life. It affects your performance, your relationships, your creativity, your mood. It's not just a resource, it's your frequency, your essence. When your energy is high, you're magnetic. Opportunities arise, clarity returns, peace settles. When your energy is low, even simple tasks feel impossible. So treat your energy like a sacred flame. Don't waste it on arguments that don't matter. Don't give it to people who don't respect it. Don't spend it on guilt, comparison, or fear. Invest it in growth, in purpose, in presence. Because in the end, your energy field isn't just your strength, it's your signal to the world about who you are.
Your environment is not neutral. It either pushes you forward or pulls you down. It either honors your discipline or sabotages your ambition. Stoicism teaches that while we cannot control everything, we must control what we can. And your environment is one of the most powerful things within your reach. If you want to level up your life, start with where you live, who you talk to, and what you allow around you. When your surroundings elevate you, excellence becomes your default. So now ask yourself, are you in an environment that supports your best self or just your current self?